The All-American Fruit Pie. It's a fitting dessert for your 24th of July barbecue next week. Consider it a food tribute of sorts to our heritage and pioneer roots. But how has the recipe changed from then to now? Cy Foster has done a modern-day makeover on this old-fashioned pie. What inspired you to take on pie as part of this food series?
Oh gosh, well, everybody loves pie, right?
Yes.
And it is all-American, and I think it's just, I thought it was so fun because when I was researching pioneer recipes, I saw that a lot of the pioneers tried to bring things that reminded them of home here to Utah. And so one of the recipes I found was for a Swiss apple cherry pie. And it was, it talked about these women who loved this pie and the fruits that were grown in their homeland, and they wanted to bring that here.
Oh my gosh,
and
it kind of tugs at your heart, doesn't it?
It was so sweet. And so I thought everyone loves pie. I mean, I hardly know anyone that doesn't love pie. And so I thought this was perfect.
And food is home. Food is memories. So what a way to give a nod to that ancestry. Now you are also giving a nod to a woman you say helped you master the kitchen.
Yes.
Tell us about this connection.
Well, I used to, when we used to all read newspapers, and when we were first married, we used to get the Tribune every week, and I would also pick up the Deseret News.
Yes.
And so, yes, this is Winifred Jardine. And she was the food editor.
For the Deseret News.
Yes, for the Deseret News. And they wrote articles every week that were just dedicated to food and recipes. And I read that religiously and learned how to make so many things from reading her recipes.
I love that shot in her kitchen,
So,
the orange kitchen, right?
cute.
That we knew from back then.
I love it.
She inspired you, and now you're inspiring all of us, which I think is such a cute, pay-it-forward kind of pioneer mantra in its own right. All right, get us started on this food recipe, on this pie recipe.
So this is a twist on that Swiss apple cherry pie.
Okay.
And summer is the perfect time to make fruit pies. There's a lot of fruit available, and you could mix this up and use like apples and blackberries, or apples and blueberries, or apples and cherries.
So the fruit combo doesn't matter.
Right, it doesn't. And this is, I actually had to use a canned fruit because we're just past the cherry season, really, for sour cherries.
Does
it's
that
kind
kill
of hard
you
to find
reach
them.
for a can?
Yes, but you know what? These are pretty good, and I've used a few different brands, and the important thing is to drain off all the liquid.
Okay.
So, and you can use a frozen as well. You do not want the cherries that are already in the syrupy, the sweetened stuff.
Yes.
So what I've done here is I've taken my pie crust recipe and I've made that, and then I've done a fruit filling, and we're just going to mix this together. We'll mix this together really quickly. I've already got the apples in here.
It smells so good.
With some cinnamon and some almond.
So good.
And
I'm smelling the almond. That's taking over. That's what I'm smelling.
Yeah, so that is the almond, and then we're just going to put the cherries in, and I drained these once, but you can see there's still a little bit of liquid. So we'll leave that out. And then all I put in is a mixture. Do you want to sprinkle that on top?
Sure, what is this?
This is sugar and flour.
All of
and,
it?
And a little bit of salt. And this is one of the tips. I get asked a lot about how can I make my pie so that it's not runny. And one of the tips is you do have to put some kind of thickener in here, because otherwise the fruits give off a lot of juice, right? And then you're going to end up with a puddle in your pie plate.
So the thickener helps absorb that
liquid.
liquid.
And so in this, I just use flour. And some people will use cornstarch or tapioca, but in this recipe, I just use flour. So the other update with this is, one of the updates is we're going to use a disposable pan.
Oh.
Because then there's no cleanup, right? And I actually do.
Oh, if only the pioneers had it this good.
Oh, I know. They would just cringe probably. They had their cast iron skillets, right? But this is easy to transport. It's easy to, just toss, or if you leave the party before everyone else does, you don't have to worry about getting your pie plate back, right?
Yes, yes.
And we don't want to leave our pie plates anywhere. This recipe makes 2 of these, or 1 big.
Okay.
So, which is so easy, and this will fit into most standard ovens. Okay. So we're just going to dump this
and no
into
crust on the bottom.
Nope, no crust on the bottom. So this is one of my tips too. So this recipe makes 2 top crusts and filling for 2 bottoms, or 1. Whoops, we don't want that to hit baby.
My belly would have been a good stabilizer in that moment. I'm using it as an asset these days. Okay.
Whatever works, Brooke. Okay, so now we've got all the filling in here.
Okay.
This is another one of my tips for getting a pie to firm up. I always dot it with butter. And people will say, oh my goodness, you're putting butter in that. Well, if you think about this, butter is, you know, it's when it's melted, of course, it's, you know, a liquid, but when it comes back to room temperature, it's going to firm up, and this will help your pie filling also firm back up.
Okay.
So that's another little
I want to
tip.
know who these people are who are questioning you about anything.
Who
Sai
are
says
they?
it, I do it. That's the end all.
Who are these
Okay.
people? Okay, and another thing, the pioneers used to use lard or suet, which is like fat from either, it's not like,
Yum.
it's a fat from either a pig or beef or
Okay.
sheep.
Tell
And
me we're not using that.
We don't use that.
Okay.
So I use shortening. A lot of people only use butter crust. I think shortening produces the most flaky crust, and so that's what I use.
Okay.
So this is rolled out. We're not doing the bottom crust to save time, and this works out really well for a crowd. And then all we do is roll it out. I fold it in half. I pick it up. I put it on top, and then I unfold it.
Suddenly you've made us all a pie maker with
See
these
how simple
simplified
that is?
shortcuts.
It is so simple. And you don't need to seal this. You don't need to do anything with it.
Okay.
We're just going to cut some slits to let steam escape.
I
right?
can do this, Sai.
We're going to brush this on and sprinkle some sugar, and it's done. That's it.
And
So-
seriously, I've tried to like temper my smile. It smells like summer heaven.
And this is going to serve a crowd. And a lot of us, when we get together on the 24th, we have a big family to feed, right?
Yes.
So if you do this one recipe, it'll make 2 of these or 1 of these, which will feed at least 24 people.
Love it. Love it.
So
Thank you
simple.
so much.
You're
Thanks for the nod, too,
welcome.
to our ancestry this week, and plenty more recipes on your website. Where can we
Yes.
connect?
abountifulkitchen.com.
Her salads are making me a summer star. I'm just saying, you might want to invite me to your next party because I'll bring her recipe and you'll be glad I did. Thank you. We love you.